Okay, good evening, and thank you very, very much for joining me again. And thank you to all the people that gave valuable feedback from what I said yesterday. I said that I was going to talk about registration and fees today, but I want to first start to talk about a little bit more about exams. We've had some very valuable feedback, and I thank all the people that have queries and that have come to me or to the office instead of posting online with all their queries and their grievances. It's much better to go to the source and work out what I actually said. So if you have a problem, please come to me. The phone is always open. I'm always open to getting on Zoom with you. So please do that. So I'm just going to clarify a couple of things. Number one, and this is, I think, the most important thing that I want to clarify. I was talking about exams between the 15th and the 19th of June. The 15th and the 19th of June, 5 days of exams. I said that we are going to do it either in two ways. One way would be there would be 200 social distancing places in school, and the rest would be over the internet. I want to make it very, very clear. That will never happen if we do not get permission from the Ministry of Education. This will never happen. We will not hold exams in school, even with social distancing, if we don't get approval from the Ministry of Education. And if they are not going to give it, you can forget that. I think this would be very helpful to some people who haven't got strong internet connections and want to come to school to do the exams. But if the Ministry of Education do not give us authority to do that, we will not be doing it. That's what I want to make very, very clear. The other option is over the internet, and we've had some very valuable feedback today about the second webcam. I can't afford it. Don't buy it. Do not buy another webcam. Don't buy it. If you haven't got it, if you can't borrow it, do not buy a second webcam. We don't want to load more financial load on you than you already have in this very difficult time. Second, what about if I've got 4 children? And I've only got one laptop, and they're going to be doing 4 exams. How do I deal with that? So we're thinking through, thank you for the valuable feedback, we're thinking through those things. Some people say, I don't even have a computer at home. How am I going to do this? Well, my initial idea was these places were for people that don't have computers at home, don't have internet connections. And if that isn't available, we will think of a solution together. We will solve this together. We might deliver the exam to you. We might ask you to pick up the exam in the morning and bring it back in the afternoon. We will work these things through. Someone said, all right, so you're going to do almost all your exams on the internet. Well, where I live, the electricity goes off in a 2-hour period. It goes off 3 times. Fine. We're probably going to make the exam. You have to do the exam within 3 hours. Let's assume the electricity goes off 3 times during those 3 hours. It takes about 7 minutes to get back online and get everything sorted out after you've lost electricity. So that's 21 minutes. We're giving you an extra 60 minutes. So you have, of those 60 minutes, you've lost 21. What about uploading? Well, you've got part of those 60 minutes to upload your things. We are going to work through every single problem. I want to thank the people that called the school today to tell us about the fears and worries that they have, and we will work through every single one of them. I'm not going to talk about how we're going to allocate these places, the 200 places, because I don't know if we're going to do that. Until I get confirmation from the ministry, I will not be talking about having exams in school at the moment. They will all be online. Someone else has asked, what material do you have? Well, it's all that you learnt in the DLP, from the 1st of March right down to the 5th of June. But you don't need to panic. You don't need to worry. If you've been studying steadily during that time, reading the books, in the hour or 2 lessons that you've had during the day, you will be fine. There will be no problem at all. Don't forget, all the exams except for the 10A, 11A, 12A, and they know who they are, and we've talked to them separately. All the other exams will be open book exams. In other words, have as many books as you want around you, as many papers, as many worksheets, as many revision notes as you like. Use them all during the exam. And if that means, I believe, that you can be tested on these 3 months' work. You will have 6 free days for revision. We're going to stop teaching on the 5th, and the first exam will be on the 15th. So that's 10 whole days that you can pick, 6 or 7 days there for revision. I don't think it's too much pressure, and I'm prepared to argue that with people. I think it's good to be tested on what you've learned. It shows us if you've learned, it shows you if you've learned, and that is, in fact, the reason for any exams. The number of exams will be not greater than 12, and it will be greater, so that's the number of exams, will not be less than 12, and it'll be greater than 6 for every single class. 6 or more exams and less than or equal to 12 exams in the higher classes. Open book, all of them. All of the exams will be open book. There's nothing to be afraid of here. You're going to be fine. You'll be given 1 week revision. What I want to say, though, is something else. We have thought about the idea that we had of doing exams for junior 4 and 5. And we feel, but we're going to confirm this on Monday, I'll be doing a small live stream just for infant and junior parents, and mainly from juniors 1 to 5. We do not think we're going to do exams for junior 4 and 5. We're going to think of another method of assessment, and we will jump to you with those, what we're feeling and how we want to test this on Monday to help you work through that. So we don't think we're going to be doing exams for junior 4 and 5. Okay? Now, if what I've said now is difficult, now I think the only difficult thing that's left is if you have 4 kids in your house all doing exams and you have 1 laptop. That's going to be a problem because we're going to give the exams on the laptop. What I'm going to do to prevent children communicating with their friends over WhatsApp, either through the computer or on their phone, that's what I don't want. I don't care what you have around you, but I don't want you to communicate with your friends and get answers from your friends. I'm going to ask the parents of 8 and down, so 6, 7, and 8, to sign a little document saying, I watched my son doing the exam and he didn't cheat. That's so that both of us can feel at ease that there was no cheating. For students from 9 to 12, I'm going to ask them to sign that little document to saying, I didn't cheat. By cheating, I mean I did not communicate outside of my desk using the internet or my phone for anything. I just used my notes to do the exam. Now, you can abuse that at your will, and I imagine some people will, but I imagine that most of the students in the school will not abuse that trust. So we're moving towards a system that I think will work for everyone. The only one, as I say, that I haven't found a solution: 4 kids, 1 laptop. What are you going to do? And I will work through that. Send your feedback by email is your best bet, and I thank you for the 3 or 4 emails that I've had, the kind emails and the questioning emails. My email address is steve@leisbg.com, and if you put it in the subject, exams, put in the subject exams, and then I'll know. I get about 300 emails a day, and then I'll know whether to look and how to look at that. And I will respond. We're going to communicate over the next 3 weeks because the exams are not for 3 more weeks. So we're going to communicate. The last things I want to say are about financial aid. Now, what we've decided to do, this is, I would guess, the worst economic situation that this country has been through for 50, 60 years. Maybe less if you think of the problems that happened in the 80s. And we are committed to working through individually with every single family in the school how we can deal with their situation. The sad truth is that some families will not be able to afford our fees next year. Some families, if you get paid in dollars, it's a piece of cake. Our fees next year will be $1,500 probably. We don't know for sure, but it'll be something like that, won't it? If the dollar goes to 4 or 5. Now, shortly, within 5 working days, so by next Friday, we hope to have communicated with every single family a detailed piece of paper which details exactly where they stand with us in a financial sense. We are doubling our financial aid across the board. I pray that there are some families that don't need financial aid and will say to me, Mr. Steve, I don't need that aid, give it to someone else. So we'll take that aid and put it in a COVID rescue fund, and people that need more than we are able to get them. We are stretching ourselves to the very, very limit of where we can go. We are going to lose lots of money this year, but we're committed to working through with every single family their financial situation. Obviously, these will be in Zoom meetings, but that's a great it's a great medium to have meetings in. I spend most of my day on Zoom, at least 8 hours a day on Zoom, and I'm easy with it. I hope that you are too. So that's the financial aid. We're doubling our financial aid. We will contact you within 5 working days with a piece of paper that details where we stand, you with the extra financial aid. We pray that when you see the financial aid, some families will say, I don't need it. I'm financially good at the moment. I want to put it in the COVID rescue fund. There'll be another family that says, I can't make it. Even with your extra financial aid, I can't make it. And then maybe we can take from the rescue fund, from the other families that put in the rescue fund, and help each individual family on a one-to-one basis. We are looking seriously at the bus problem. We have a huge problem with the bus. It's 42% of this year the bus hasn't run, and so obviously we're going to make some deductions on the bus fees. We're not exactly sure how much. We will know that in the next 3 days before you get your statement through on WhatsApp. And we're going to just PDF it to you and hope that we can discuss it if you have any questions about that. So if you have any questions about what I've talked about this evening, and it isn't a very long live stream tonight, I pray that you come back to me and don't just willy-nilly paste it on any social media that you want to complain about me. I know that there will be people that can't stop doing that they have to say what they feel, and they don't want to say it to me. They want to just abuse me in public. And so if that's what they want to do, more power to their elbow. I can't stop them. It's a country of free speech. But please tell the truth. Don't tell lies. Please tell the truth about what I say. Check it with me. Did you say this? Right. I'm putting this on social media, and I'm fine with that. But please check what I said, either by watching this live cast. When it's finished, it's going to be able to be viewed. You can watch what I say. I'm very careful with my words. And if you have anything about the exams, we're not going to talk about financial aid yet because you haven't got your paper, but we are doubling our financial aid. It's a huge burden on the school, but we want to be able to fix these things. In order for our school to move forward, we need to know how many pupils we will have next year. And the sad truth of this terrible situation is we probably won't have as many pupils next year as we've had this year. And we just need to be able to stand up and acknowledge that that is going to be a huge difficulty for so many families and so many children, and we will try to alleviate it. But I promise you I will try, but I cannot promise you I can fix every situation. Some situations are just unfixable. And I promise you that I'll try. I cannot promise you that I will fix it. We will work together, and I pray you will work with me, alongside me, and that we will be able to do this together. I pray that you will stay safe. I pray that you are safe. I pray for your older relatives, your mom, your dad, of the parents, grandparents of the children, that they will stay safe. I feel we're in a second wave of corona now, and we want to do everything to keep you safe. We want to do everything to calm your fears. We don't want you to be scared of these exams. We want just to assess the children. We want you to be able to have confidence. The last thing I want to say is, don't forget, 50% of the marks that we will be using to assess you are the marks that you took before you even left school. Only 10%. People want much greater than 10%. They say they want much greater than 10% of the stuff that we did during COVID. Make it 30% and make it 30%. The exams will stay at 40%, but they want a 30-30 split. We're not going to do that. I'm going to stick with 10% unless I hear lots and lots of people asking me for a greater, because lots and lots of people were unable to get all the details of COVID done. This will be an open book exam. Everything's in front of you. If you've kept up with it, it's very, very easy. Do not panic. Don't be scared. Bring your fears to us. We'll try to allay your fears. And if there's anything that we can do to change the system of exams to allay your fears, we will do it. But this is roughly what we've laid out. Can I please reiterate, 10A, 11A, if you're listening, I don't think they are. Nothing's changed with you guys. You know where we stand with what we've got to do for the London board. So, thank you very much for watching. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. I pray that He'll make His face to shine upon you. He'll take care of you and keep you out of harm's way. And one day we will meet again face to face. Thank you very, very much for watching.